right, as promised, our top focus is a story that impacts you directly. New Delhi has been ranked as the world's most polluted capital city. This is for the fourth consecutive year that the national capital has grabbed the top spot. Not a great distinction to achieve. Now, Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, ranked second, while Shad's capital is third in the list. Dushanbe, the capital of Tajikistan, stands fourth. Remember, the 15th most polluted cities in Central and South Asia in 2021, 12 were in India. Now, these startling facts have come to light in the 2021 World Air Quality Report. My colleague Charlene joins us on the broadcast to help us understand the key takeaways of this startling report that might act as an eye-opener for the world, especially India.
That's right, Archana. Quickly, let me give you an overview of the key takeaways from this report. As you rightly pointed out, that Delhi for the fourth year in a row, in fact, it has topped the list of being the world's most polluted capital city. Apart from that, the report has also found out that there is a 14.6% rise in PM 2.5. Now, what is PM 2.5? It's basically particulate matter 2.5, which is the diameter measurements of pollutants in the air, whether it's 2.5 micrometers or less. So yes, there is a 14.6% rise in the pollutants in the air of Delhi. Apart from that, pollution in Delhi is 20 times higher than WHO's safety limits. So imagine whatever the limits of WHO is, it's 20 times higher. It is that bad in Delhi. Crop burning is considered as the main reason, and crop burning contributes to at least about 45% of the pollution in Delhi. So this report also attributes some of the key reasons to what is causing this increased pollution in the national capital, and that's crop burning, which accounts for about 45%. Apart from that, it also says that 57,000 deaths happened due to pollution in 2020. So by and large, this report talks about why Delhi's air is in such a bad shape, and for the fourth year in a row, it has topped the charts of being the world's most polluted capital city. Back to you.
Thank you, Charlene, for that update. I'm also joined by Jaydhar Gupta, who's founder and CEO of Nirvana, being in founding members of Citizens Movement My Right to Breathe. Thank you so much, Mr. Gupta, for speaking to Mirror Now and making time for us. Now, these numbers are startling. I don't know whether this will act as an eye-opener, as a reality shock to the world and India specifically, but what is your first reaction that for the fourth consecutive year, Delhi remains the most polluted capital in the world?
To me, it represents a complete failure. It's a failure of on the citizens who continue to live here. And, I know we're talking about the Delhi because it's the capital, but it's not Delhi alone. If you were to draw a line, follow the Grand Trunk Road of India, which actually goes from Amritsar to Calcutta, I can guarantee you that 100 out of the 100 most polluted cities of the world would be on that line. All the cities that are not, I'm reading this report and seeing that 35 out of the top 50 most polluted cities are in India, or 63 out of 100. I'm telling you that 100 out of 100 are on that GT Canal Road. That's how bad it is. It's a population density problem. It's a topography problem. It's a crop burning problem. It's an industrial emission problem. The entire industry lives there because of our major rivers of Yamuna and Ganges. The population density is just too high. Another thing I want to rationalize for all the viewers here, because people must be wondering, this is the time 2021 where we had Delta, at the fag end, we had Omicron. Industrial activity was lower, movement of vehicular pollution was lower. Why did the numbers go up by 15%? Let me tell you that the number one source of emissions in the Indo-Gangetic Plain on this Grand Trunk Road of India is from biomass burning. And until we solve that problem, 60-70% of India lights their chula using biomass. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter which way the wind blows until we solve that problem. And nobody's even willing to talk about that problem because politically, that one is just really, really hard to handle. We're talking about 1 billion people in India who light their chulas using biomass. And a lot of those people lost their jobs. They moved from LPG gas cylinders down to these biomass burning of gobar or wood or whatever the hell they could find to light their chulas, twice or thrice a day. and your pollution will continue to grow up. It's an urbanization problem, it's a population problem, and it's a weather problem as well. You have your greater problem is in the Indo-Gangetic Plain, because you have a severe winter
Yeah.
season, and that's where it gets the worst, from Dussehra to Holi.
Right. Mr. Gupta, another interesting aspect of this report, and I would like to mention this, that the researchers also found that the air quality has improved in China. Remember, there was a time when China was extremely polluted, the capital and the entire country, and there are examples now being cited how China fought its pollution problem. Do you think we could learn some lessons from China on how they have improved their air quality?
Absolutely. China has done some amazing things. In fact, they have really taken the bull by the horns. And, if there's a will, there's a way. I mean, we've been watching since 2012 the things that China is doing. I mean, they've moved almost all their polluting industry, the heavy polluting industry that uses, coal and thermal power, they've moved all of that industry out of North China. The government has been so proactive that even the central government realized that they have no role being in the capital city of Beijing. So the central government, with millions of people that are involved in central government, have also moved out of 160 kilometers out of Beijing, and that's how proactive the Chinese government is. At the same time, our central government decided to take over India Gate and all of North Block and South Block, and build this Vista project of theirs, which is a disaster. Delhi is already a capital city that is environmentally unviable. Your water, your air, your food, everything is unviable for human habitation, and you're just, as a central government, instead of being a role model, you're creating Central Vista and more density, the World Trade Center in front of South Extension Market and whatnot. I can name so many things that the city doesn't need. And we are just pushing it more towards the brink of disaster. And let me tell you, I mean, today, in the end of, we're not even at the end of March yet, temperatures are touching about 30, 38, 39 degrees in the city. I can tell you this is going to be a very troubling summer. You can expect severe dust storms. I think we're going to have a very, very challenging, next couple of months. And, heavens, if another wave, a fourth wave strikes us, God only help us.
All right, God only help us. Thank you so much, Jayadhar Gupta, for your perspective on this extremely important story, an issue that needs immediate attention, an issue that impacts everyone directly. We are talking about the air we breathe. We are talking about the toxic air that we breathe, and that is killing us every day, day by day, but nothing is happening on ground.